And it will be Manly on the receiving end and Corey Parker to get us underway. Corey in game number 315. Let's have some fun. It's Saturday night. It's round 21 of the Telstra Premierships. Manly, are they still contenders? Willie Mason takes the first run of the evening. Tell you more about his record against the Brisbane Broncos in his career. It does not make good reading. Seagulls in their first set. Leary took that one. Trbojevic is ready to rumble and gets up over the 30, a 15-metre run from the young front rower. Ballin out to Cherry Evans. A show of the ball to Hoorah. And Reid is there across with Milford. But impressive opening in the first 4 tackles from Manly, and up to tackle 5 with Hoorah. These are big metres in the first set of the night. Now Cherry Evans will put pressure on Boyd. Manly went up for it. Trbojevic. It's fallen nicely for Miranda. But good start, Manly.
And it's the sort of start they needed, the Seagulls. They want to go into this game. They want to try and get over the top of the Broncos in the early moments. And that was a 60-metre set from them with the kick. Probably not the best, but almost forcing an error from the Broncos.
And it is with his first run. Showed you those head-to-head stats. 41st meeting tonight. How close? Seagulls are 120. Broncos have 119. There's been 1 draw. Manly have won 5 of the last 7. As now McCulley gone to Wallace. Finds himself on the starting side again tonight for the 3rd time this year. Last tackle with Brisbane. And Hunt will ask a little question of Hanley's Tafua. And he's latched onto it. He's got the hair a little tidier tonight. And the Seagulls have the ball outside their own 20. This is Hiku. So Steve Matai out suffered that knock last week against the Warriors. It's a significant loss for them. As good as young Trbojevic is coming into the side. Ballin for Cherry Evans. Play the ball was slow, and they've got them inside the 10.
Easy.
So a little goes Manly's way early here.
Well, a couple of little wins for Manly, the penalty and the very good opening set that they had. They were able to get themselves out of trouble again off the back of the Broncos' kick. And we'll see where Cherry Evans can put this out. You would say inside the 30, well inside it to start this set.
Broncos kept their opponents tryless, scoreless last week. The Titans, first time they've done that in a game since 06. As Mason taken off his feet by Fireday, but what a chance this is. 18 metres away from the line, and Leary. Well, there doesn't seem to be speed off the defensive line of Brisbane tonight. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Now foreign for Trbojevic. Try scorer last week, indeed the first one against the Warriors. 5 from the line. This is Ballin. Cherry Evans runs up again. They stand back. The Manly number 7 rolls over.
I have no try. Can you confirm that he doesn't get the ball to the ground, please?
Well, that smile on the face of Cherry Evans, that is not the look of a non-try scorer, Brandy.
No, he looks pretty confident, doesn't he, Cherry Evans? It was quite a tackle. And it's Jared Wallace that gets underneath him. Does he stop him getting the ball on the ground? He might have, Andrew. And looking at that replay, I didn't see the ball touch the ground there.
He's a fibber.
Wallace from the inside lunges at Cherry Evans and just is able to get his arms across the football and drag him back and keep him off the in-goal area. Keep that ball off the ground.
This is colossal from Wallace. It could only be a scrape if it is on the grass, and that's all it would need to be. But
Gavin Badger, who called no try, was in a great position to see that, and that's exactly why he's gone that way. It hasn't touched the ground.
Well, if Cherry Evans got up, he's a fibber. If he's claimed the try, no try it is.
Because in that situation, honestly, Cherry Evans really wouldn't know. He wouldn't be sure that it touched it or not.
But my advice is get up playing that you have scored. Send it upstairs as a try, and they might have been in a position to overturn it. I don't blame them for going the fibber line. As long as you can live with a tag. As now Ballin takes him left forward, floats it up. Tafua's knocked it on into Hiku, and Brisbane come up with a ball. We are in a most interesting position here as Brisbane get the penalty where we call from in Gosford. On our left, we've got the video referees Klein and Folkes, and on our right, we're looking across at Wayne Bennett.
Not the sort of finish Manly wanted to that set. And then to compound the problem, the issue, they give away a penalty.
Well, it's been eventful, hasn't it? Four minutes gone, and we're one chapter into this book. There's a fair bit of detail in it. So now Parker takes them to the right, and right on that edge, Gillett almost away from four, and ended up a pretty good tackle, that one. Now Parker takes them back to centre field. And there he is, hit and spin, and offload's always a chance. 35 from the line, off goes McCulloch. A little bit of pressure here on Manly. It is the last. Sam Day away to Hunt. They target Tafua again. Wow, what a collision right there. Kahu and Tafua. That has got to hurt.
Yeah, look at George Tafua. Had plenty of ground to make to get to that contest, and Jordan Kahu. Yeah, that's a nasty collision there. Kahu not looking at Tafua, just eyes on the football. They both leap at the same time. Kahu not as high as George, and just cops the heaviest of hits.
Well, the hit in mid-air and then copped the weight of Tafua's body onto him as well, into close enough to the kidney zone. Jordan Kahu has been hammered. And Tafua's got reason to be a little the worse for wear as well.
He looks all right, George. But I don't think it's affected him much. The Broncos are fortunate that they've got Corey Oates on the sideline that can come on and fill a wing spot, which is a rare thing to have on the bench.
We'll go straight down Joel Kane's sideline.
I'll tell you what, Mossy, it's a fair old compliment from Wayne Bennett for Tom Trbojevic, because it's just a given when a young man is playing on the wing in the NRL, you absolutely bombard them with the ball. But in this case, they're going for Tafua, so a big rap for the young fella.
And Oates is on less than 5 minutes into the contest. Manly having to run off their own line. Mateo, it is getting them just outside the 10. Mason now with the ball.
Normally you're not counting on your wingers getting injured, but there's not much, it hasn't caused many problems there for the Broncos, with Oates being able to come on. The centres haven't had to shift out to the wing and back row into the centres.
I'm not a doctor. I think he was more in shock than concussion, to be honest, by the ferocity of the contact. And now last tackle, Manly, Jerry Evans decides to drive it low at the man who's just come on. And Oates, well, it's brushed his leg. Oh, hang on.
I think he's...
Broncos feed.
Oh, gee whiz.
So they're saying touch the line, then touched his leg. The sideline officials rule. Let's watch it.
Well, yeah, it's just touched the line there. I'm happy with that call. Corey Oates, wow, just onto the field and gets that sort of bounce. He wasn't sure what to do with it there. Look, we didn't speak about Cherry Evans because we were looking at the replay, but Daly Cherry Evans, that was Manly's third set with the ball. That was the second time that he'd attacked the Broncos' defensive line. That's why he's such a good halfback, Cherry Evans. So early in the game, he's taken the defence on twice, almost scores a try from one of them.
Let's give credit where it's due to Carroll, the touch judge, who had the eagle eye on that ball touching the edge of the line. Friday will play it outside the 30. Brisbane looking to find their groove as now Parker. The line got interested in that tackle. Parker is closing in on Darren Lockyer's point-scoring record with Brisbane. Wallace has made a good start to the match. 40 away from the line. Now Hunt. And they're trying to work this Manly defence over. That's a little soft. Belford. There you go. First knock on against Brisbane. Bit sloppy there.
Well, the second time in that set where he tried to get back to the other side of the ruck, his footwork created a bit of space for Jared Wallace. And then when he's stepping, tries to get to the other side, but comes up with the drop ball into Jamie Lyon. And They wouldn't be happy with an error. So close to the end of their set and in a good position to throw up an attacking kick.
Straight attacking down Jamie Lyon's side. This is a Brisbane side that has scored more points than any other in the competition, the opening 20 minutes of game. So, you know, that's the first challenge for Manly, to negotiate the opening quarter. Into the 8th minute now. They've given as good as they've got. Trbojevic working with Foran, a little bit of space on that left. And Stewart into the line. Unfair by Thaiday. This is Ballon. Gets them going. Mason, good meters. Through the tackle of Gillett. Very good meters, in fact, from Willie. Mateo. There's a real spring in the Manly step. Cherry Evans, and on it comes for Horo. Milford works hard with Glenn there. Last tackle Manly. Foran, short side. It's a dab from Cherry Evans. Here comes Trbojevic. Boyd's put it down. Cherry Evans has got it. Boyd is complaining to the referee. Play on the call. Lyon on to Leary. And still Darius Boyd not happy. But the focus has got to be goal line defence. Foran, run around with Mason. Foran, probing. Foran gets a glimpse at the line. And McCulloch, the defenders. Now Ballon. Mason with another crack. And contained there by Glenn and Boyd. Still with Ballon. Cherry Evans, pull it line. Jamie Lyon. And Reid and Milford. Brisbane hold firm on tackle number 4. Stewart back deep. Cherry Evans, he'll kick before the last. It's fielded there by Gillett. And wonderful work to get back over the goal line.
Now, Manly should have done better than that, because the kick from Cherry Evans was a beauty. The bounce did favour Matt Gillett, who backed his way into the field of play. Did a good job, but Manly disappointed. They didn't earn themselves another set from that.
No fluke in that defence. This was the kick from Cherry Evans as Brisbane get the penalty. Boyd put it down. He was claiming some interference in going for the ball.
10-metre penalty.
I thought Trbojevic pulled out of it wisely. And that was just enough to put Darius Boyd off.
Wait till he's onside now.
Manly have had 10 tackles inside the Broncos 20, and yet to come up with points.
There's the other stat. In the opening 20 minutes of their last 4 games, Brisbane haven't conceded a point. You know, again, it is no fluke. It is hard work. It's effective what they do on their goal line. Almost broken early here by Cherry Evans. But those last few sets, it's been pretty impressive.
Yeah, Willie, get you.
As now they get their chair. Oh, boy, there was a highish tackle from Lyon. He got plenty of Alex Glenn, who just shakes the head. That is getting physical.
Yeah, Milford gets it right to the defensive line and goes for the lead runner. He had Boyd out the back, but Jamie Lyon and that side of the field had all squeezed in. Read the pass.
Okay, here we go. Easton. Arms around. Darius, don't come out early, okay, wait to be out. Here we go.
Scrum is 20 metres away from the Manly line.
A couple of errors now against Anthony Milford's name at this end of the field for the Broncos.
Ball, hold the weight. Weight. Out.
Well, Brisbane jumped the gun, then they went back to the barrier and had another crack. They've only had 38% of the ball so far, Brisbane, through 11 minutes. Nice and lively there from Mateo. Uncertain future, one of many. Oh, dear, what about that pass? Where was that in? Foran. Compass was out for Matt Ballon. Now on to Mateo. Again, big meters. They're being allowed to run. Brisbane standing back and waiting. It seems noticeable here early. Now Cherry Evans has kicked early again. What a bounce! What a bounce for Jamie Lyon! Puts it up for Trbojevic! Well, you make the most of your luck. Manly got a pretty decent slice of it there. But then they used class, and Lyon's got bucket loads of that.
Yeah, it's a terrific ball from Jamie Lyon. Back on the inside after he looked like he was headed across the touchline. Got a little bit of luck with the rebound from the kick, but it was a great set from Manly. Plenty of meters off Reid's foot. Lyon picks it up, heads for the corner, drags the 3 Broncos with him. and then has Trbojevic back on the inside. And all he has to do, young Thomas, is fall across the line. That just rewards for an outstanding set.
What a ball. What a pass. Jamie Lyon's strength, hold them off and give the kid a gift. Look at that from corner post. Cam, it's about as good as it gets, that shot, to highlight the skill of Jamie Lyon.
Yeah, I think Tom Trbojevic there, and he scored 6 tries in a career that's only been going 6 games. He's made quite an impact. He spent some time back in the 20s recently.
Well,
just
four tries last week. Well, we called his debut, didn't we, down in Albury back in round 5. An instant impression. Second touch of the ball, scores his first try. But right through the game, it wasn't just about the 2 tries he scored. He looked like
looks
quite obvious he's got something.
Yeah, he's a classy young player, and this man threw some sort of ball to him.
Not too many games this year where Brisbane haven't scored the first try. Manly on the board at 4-0, and Joel, I think you're suitably impressed.
Yeah, it was a terrific take from young Trbojevic, because it was a bullet thrown to him blind, and he somehow caught it, scored the try. But the try comes from an error from Anthony Milford. Now, went through the 3 losses of the Broncos this year. The Rabbitohs, the Dragons and the Cowboys all have rushing defence, putting Hunt and Milford under pressure. That's how you beat them, but you need to be fit enough to do it for the whole game. Can they do it? We'll find out.
Very deep on the restart, and back comes Leary. Only the 4th time this year, the Fox Sports Lab tells us, that Brisbane has conceded the first try in a match. 4th time in all those 19 matches now. And this is Trbojevic, so we've got the brothers here tonight.
Anthony now, Jack.
Cherry Evans gets them rolling right side. Hoorah, and rolling is what they do. Lyon puts the kick in. Chasers coming from every angle. Stewart gets another one to it. Corey Oates has lost it. It's picked up by Foran. Look at it, Eddie. Manly has got a second. Foran scores it. More than rolling down the right side. It's a giant wave, if not a tsunami.
Now, Wayne Bennett would be worried about the energy in the Broncos' defence and their lack of it, because the Seagulls have just pulled them apart. And look, they've had plenty of football down the right side. Justin Hoorah just gives it to Jamie Lyon. That's just a one-on-one miss there on Lyon. Back in field to Brett Stewart, who had the speed to get to the ball. Then over the top, forcing the error. And Kieran Foran's there to pick it up. On the inside of Alex Glenn it was, Jamie Lyon. Smart kick back into the centre of the field. Stewart had the speed to get to it, but Oates cleaned it up. He was fumbling and just couldn't get his hands on it.
Seen football like that, and yet this side was in the wooden spoon position for a good portion of the year. Energy, numbers, support players, pushing up, skill. Foran gets the try. 8-0 scoreline. Lyon kicking for 10. 16 gone. Keeping a read of Wayne Bennett. I'll say this, Dirty Harry looks a little agitated at the way Manly have found their way through the Brisbane defence. But keep in mind, they've had 68% of the ball. Joel sideline.
Well, Manly, it's different in the season to work this out, but you can't win games with 4 hit-ups and a kick or 5 hit-ups and a kick. You've got to be a little unconventional against the good defensive sides. By geez, they're doing that tonight.
Round 13 this year, Broncos won 44-10 against Manly up at Suncorp. Got to 20-0 before Manly got a point on the board. Might be the reverse here. So Seagulls with it. Mason's playing like he's 20 again.
And Jordan Carr, who makes that tackle, he's back on the field for the Broncos, and it's the shift of the ball when they're coming out of their own end from Manly that are getting them some metres, and then they're playing off the back of that.
All the way up.
Well, this will certainly help them again, the penalty.
This is Manly on Manly on Manly. There's little to say for Brisbane at the moment. The competition leaders are feeling some serious heat here. at Gosford. And Cherry Evans is going to take it down to the 40-metre line, Brisbane's end, to start this set. Now from Hiku in for Trbojevic. Seen enough of this young man that Origin's not too far beyond him next year, maybe. Here's Mateo working with Foran. Taken on there by McCulloch and Hunt. And look at this, they're 15 away again from the Brisbane line as Trbojevic out in front of Mateo. Across on the bounce, Stewart quickly on the line. There's the step again. And this time Glenn gets across to finish off. Stewart infield with Leary, a hard worker. 5 from the line. Parker made the tackle. Quick play the ball. Ballon, Cherry Evans. Lion net front on. That's good. That's strong. Parker and Glenn. Last tackle. Cherry Evans kicking for Tafua. He's up. He's got it. Tafua. Has he knocked on or scored? They'll say knock on. Whoa, hang on.
Last tackle. This will be 6, Ash. We have no try. Confirm the knock on, please.
Yeah, look,
Well,
I thought first time, I thought he got it first of all.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see when we slow this down. He had to go upstairs to have a look. Tafua on the end of the Cherry Evans crossfield kick. All good for the onside. Jordan Kahu, only just back onto the field, gets up. And George gets right in between him.
Oh yeah,
lost,
clearly.
well and truly lost.
There's 3 knock-ons in that. Oh dear, well.
Dropped it 3 feet off the ground.
Well, you know, I do wonder about the sideline officials' report there. Although if you're going to say he reefed it away and then got a hand on it, maybe that may be some defence for referring it. But, you know.
Well, Gavin Badger was pretty confident it wasn't a try.
Knock on.
I think we've made them scared. I think we've shaken them a little that one was referred, I suppose.
Onside, Jamie.
Because there were 3 knock-ons in that. So Brisbane hang on. They have the ball. They're down 10-0. They've defended kicks well this year. Parker has now got it. So they just have to stick to the task. But, this is a side that through that 8-game winning streak, racking up 30 points on a regular basis hasn't been a problem. They've done it the last couple of weeks. Back-to-back. Hodges to play it. 40 away from the Manly line. He's Thaiday on to Hunt. Good tackle by Foran. Love watching Milford, Hunt versus Foran and Cherry Evans tonight. Milford comes in on cue. Spun around 2 or 3 times. McCulloch right to Hunt. And a fingertip control by Hodges. He's only 15 from the line. It's a little scrappy back in field. Someone needs to pick it up. Stewart does the job. And Manly are back in possession. I told you that 20-minute stat. Well, there you go. We're into the 20th minute. Manly, you can say first task has been accomplished tonight. They put 10 points of their own on the board. Hiku with that run. Falling short at halfway. Cowboys winning earlier tonight, coming back from 18-0 down against Canberra. And Sharks coming back from 10-0 down against the Warriors. So that plays in the Broncos' favour if the trend continues on Super Saturday. Here on Fox Sports, last tackle. And Foran's kick. Kahu a little more comfortable this time. Well, that was almost blatant shepherd around the back of Hodges, but we won't worry about that.
I think when you're in that area and just having a look at that Kieran Foran kick, you want it to go as close to the try line as possible. That sort of went up into the 20-metre area. A couple of good tackles have kept them from getting out of that area, but gee, they could be a little bit more precise with their kicks to make it a bit tougher for the opposition to get out of their own end.
Good run there by Parker. Trying to get the job done. His 7th hit up for the night. Now Thaiday to centre field. They don't appear too oh, there's an obstruction there as Gillett has just, he's bowled over Kieran Ford. Well, I asked the question, if that was a try-scoring play, are you telling me that would be a try?
Well, he ran behind him and there was nowhere to go. You can't. I don't think you can fix the problem by running back the other way.
Jack now, Jack, get
And Gillett took Foran out. I mean,
Well, that's just a penalty.
Foran is a defender who was just squashed.
He knew it. Ben Hunt knew it.
You'll have to explain that one to me later, how we end up with what happened there. As Hiku, I'll give you 20 minutes to come up with an answer. Manly 15 inside their own half with Tafua. There's a hold of the arm. Hunter want to be careful there. It's come back in field. Well, eagle eye. They've touched Judge Carroll. He's onto it again. Let's get restless.
Easy, boys. Easy.
Well, normally his strength saves him, but not on this occasion. George Tafua headed across the sideline. He got rid of the ball well before he was out.
Yes. Demands an investigation, I would think.
Well, we just saw a replay that they reversed the decision.
They can on a scrum feed.
So they've done plenty of times.
But that wasn't a scrum feed. That's a play-on situation for Manly, so you can't.
Come on, Peter, let's go.
Unless you're going to rule a knock-on against Brisbane.
Come on. Willie, head in. Put your head in. Out.
Put your head in, Willie. As here is Milford. And across the board. There's some experience there head-to-head with Lyon. 35 away from the Manly line. Brisbane and Glenn. Leary gets him onto his back. Slows to play the ball down. Parker on to Hunt. Brisbane set right-hand side. Gillett is offloaded straight into the hands of James Hassan.
They're off their game, the Broncos.
Look at the shift straight away out to Dragojevic. Not often you say intercepted by Hassan. It was a gift for him.
That was Gillett. He wanted to pull it back. As soon as he released it, he realised that he pulled the wrong rein.
Manly just like that, a 40 away from the Brisbane line, and there is the intercept man. Hassan with the ball. Starling's now also on for Mason. This is Foran, and out the back to Stewart, and that's a good tackle from Hodges. Danger if he gets past him. Last tackle, Manly. Cherry Evans, he'll get it close to the goal line this time. Here he comes, and a good take, and then taken back in goal. Brandy, that is exactly what you're looking for.
That's the kick you want. Darley Cherry Evans under pressure, got the height of it perfect, so he arrived, gets around Ben Hunt, who does his best to shoulder him out of the way, and just holds off fractionally there. Just see him pull up and waited to Darius Boyd's foot hit the ground and then made the tackle.
Line drop out coming up, Joel sideline.
Yeah, Vossi, they're under the pump here for one reason. Obviously, it's the Gillett offload, but the play before that, it was Corey Parker. Now, this is where experience comes into play. Parker himself is an offload merchant, but he knows at this point of the game they've had no possession, they must complete. He knew what to do, Gillett didn't.
Well, we haven't got one successful offload tonight on our stats for Brisbane through 24 minutes. They've completed 6 of 11 sets. Manly with the ball 30 away from the Brisbane line. Manly at 10 of 14. Leary picked up for a moment there. A relatively soft landing as now Cherry Evans goes inside and he's working hard. I mean, all the Manly forwards. Starling slips straight into the groove. The Hassan and Starling coming off the bench going well. Mateo with the ball. And Mateo right beside the upright. They've got 2 tries. They may have a third in a moment. Ballon to Foran. Foran, Cherry Evans. Here goes Lyon. There's the third. Manly. A while back there on the hospital bed. Then flatline. Now they've got more than just a pulse. The heartbeat is racing. What I'm seeing is a team still alive.
Well, it was a big play from Cherry Evans to force the line drop out and then wisely let go of the ball quickly, gave it to Jamie Lyon, didn't overplay his hand, and got Lyon one-on-one with Jack Reed, who was inside him and had to fight hard to get there and just couldn't do it in the end. Foran out the back to Cherry Evans, quick ball to Jamie Lyon, and that close to the line, when you're not tackling front on, it's awfully hard to stop someone in that situation. And Reid, coming from the inside, just couldn't make it. Even if he gets a good shot at Lyon still gets himself into the in-goal area.
14-0. Maybe this bloke Toovey can coach.
Yeah, still hard.
Pretty good start. 3 tries to zip.
Yeah.
65% of the ball, but making plenty of it.
Yeah, and Vossi, the errors that Brisbane have made have just, they haven't had a try-scoring opportunity yet because they're dropping the ball down at the good end of the field. They're not getting to the end of their set when they've got good field position and possession. They're coughing it up, and Manly are working it out comfortably.
Isn't this fascinating? On the same day, back-to-back game Super Saturday, Cowboys second on the ladder, 18-0 down against Canberra, and now we have the competition leaders, Brisbane, 14-0 down. Might be 16 in a moment. It will be 16. No, it won't be 16. I've killed it. I've put a pin in the ball. Joel sideline.
And these halves for the Broncos have had all the raps in recent times, but to be fair, the forwards are losing the battle. But here is a very, very unhappy coach's box. I know he's usually very happy, Wayne, of course, but his halftime speech just might be pressing play on the Cowboys game. As you said, they were trailing 18-0. They worked it out in the second half. They are class, but they must get this possession battle back in their hands.
Good shot at coach's box, as I said earlier, just to the right of where we're calling from.
Tell me that Wayne Bennett would look any different if they were winning by 20.
Oh, well, tell me Wayne Bennett would look any different if Jerry Seinfeld was giving his best ever routine in the back of the box.
Alex!
No.
Get square! Hold!
Manly with the ball on their own 20. They've done well to get out of trouble on most occasions tonight. And it was set up with their very first set of the night. They got themselves inside the 40 of Brisbane. This is Stewart. You only have to be off your game a little defensively. This is a surging Manly attack.
And again, it's just what they did there, Vossi. They're using the ball, and while they might be breaking the line of the Broncos, they're moving the defence around, and then they're happy just to punch it back through the middle. The Broncos on the back foot.
And Foran's kick. Oh, look at the bounce. Just hems it in the corner. And now big pass into Boyd. Plenty of Maroon chasers down there. 14-0. Not insurmountable by any stretch, but it looks pretty good if you're a Sea Eagles fan. On this Saturday night, coming to you from Gosford, it is a Manly home game. But they do have a good record here, a dozen victories from 15 matches. Now Hodges swerve and shuffle upfield. Starling the tackler there. Sena Lafayette and Cheekham yet to see in football for Manly. Another straight run by Parker. Some of those tackle counts for Brisbane early. Mounting, McCulloch 20, Thaiday 19, Parker 17. Back is Trbojevic. He's on the liner with the socks there and lost his footing. This is Lyon with it outside the 20 for Manly. And with Starling. This part of it they're doing well. But still that possession stat at 65%. Tafua gets in there. So back up to halfway just about. On tackle number 4. Takes the pressure off the kickers, and now Mateo for Foran. Trying to stand in the Glen tackle. A couple of Kiwi internationals there. Mallon, last it is. Cherry Evans, Lyon, and does a good low kick. Angled for that sideline. Well, there you go. There's another great set from Manly.
It was. They moved the defence around. And even on the last play there, Cherry Evans just mixing it up, opting throw it out to Jamie Lyon if he sees something that he might be able to take advantage of. Well, he's got the ball in his hand, but opts to just punch it low.
Nice and tight in the second row.
You know Manly are on when Jamie Lyon's in this sort of mood where he's hitting the ball up, getting his team out of trouble. He's had an indifferent season. He's been the game's best centre for the last 4 or 5 years. This has been a real challenge for him, this one.
So Broncos back with the ball, and it is Glenn. A little battered there in the tackle. He was a little slow to get to his feet. And now Milford delivers a short pass there off Hengawi in support. Mateo and Starling sort of sandwiched him in the tackle. Off goes Hodges again. And makes a valuable 10 metres there. So they get themselves into the Manly half, but they're up to tackle number 4. And this is Hunt. They may stretch them here. Reed has got Trbojevic turned around. Miranda with it. Trbojevic didn't panic. Even with Miranda on the charge. Last tackle. Reed back to centre field. Milford's going to run it. Milford, he's able to stand. He's away. Gets a kick in. Play on for the call. Play on for Hunt. Play on. No, they've got a knock on. They've got a knock on against Brisbane and all of that.
Here we go, hand over.
Well, Milford's realised that Tom Trbojevic was just a little bit slow to get back into his position after making this tackle. He swamped Lachlan Miranda and then was stuck on the ground, and I think Milford just spotted him and thought there might have been a chance down the edge. Runs himself into a hole and gets a kick away that doesn't produce anything. But that was Brisbane. That was their best set.
32 minutes, no points for the competition leaders. 14-0. And Tafua has the ball. So the 2 winners so far, again the stat from Super Saturday. The 2 winners so far today were kept scoreless in the first half. The Sharks and the Cowboys. And margin is 14. We split the difference between the 10 and 18 from the earlier games. Foran absorbs some punishment there, as he often does. Mateo. He's had half a dozen hit-ups tonight and has refrained from the offload. He's disciplined. That kick appears it'll pull up. Yes, it will. Boyd has got it. Boyd from his own in goal doesn't position his winger Miranda.
It's a terrific driving low kick there. A 50-metre effort from Cherry Evans. Found the in-goal area. He really has got, I think he's got the best long kicking game in the business.
He's got one to the beak. Darius Boyd. Trainer out there with him. That was from the kick return. 7 minutes remain first half. And across it comes for Hunt. Delivering the pass there for Glenn. Senalafeo is now on for Manly. Good to have him back. And, well, last tackle, not much doing there for Brisbane.
Now Hunt down that short side and just picked up Milford. Didn't opt to kick the ball, and Milford goes to ground. Which wouldn't have been the plan.
You mentioned Jesse Senalafeo. He's itching to have a run. Here he goes. Hasn't been seen in the NRL since round 6 this year when he fractured his shoulder against the Panthers. They played the first 6 games of the year off the bench. Now here is Foran delivering there for Mateo. And again, selective, not trying to push a pass. 40 away from the Brisbane line. And Ballon on to Foran. They've got them broken. Stewart is tackled by Kahu and Boyd there as well. That's tackle 4. 3 tries already tonight. Cherry Evans, deflection. Oh, Parker. Parker then lost it, but play on. It's still a big effort from Corey Parker.
Oh, that was a great save from the Broncos captain. Cherry Evans looking dangerous. The grubber kick, and here's the Stewart run. The second man play down that left side. The worrying thing about that play for the Broncos was how far Kieran Foran took the ball to the line. It was just a Broncos defensive line that did not move.
Well, that's been my observation all night from the opening minutes. It's as if it's just set in. So Brisbane with the ball outside the Manly 40, not for long. Bengawi. What a difference, though. You know, we're talking about 14-0, 5 out from half-time, suddenly 14-6. Totally game on. I mean, it's not out of their reach. All the effort that Manly have put in this first half. Hodges with the ball. There's the wrestle that unfolds. 18 metres away from the line. They've had only 2 tackles inside the Manly 20 tonight. They fire a little warning shot. shot there, but Lyon is so on his game tonight. takes that one out of the air, and quickly Trbojevic gets them close enough to the 20. Brisbane going into their bag of tricks there. Trbojevic on for Starling. Trbojevic played big metres last week. He had to with injuries, and he's doing it again tonight. And he could be a 40-20, 40-20. Yes! Taken. Well, if it was touched, we may still have a scrum and not a tap. Yes, we will. Touched by Darius Boyd. He didn't try. It may have even been deliberate from Darius. He wasn't going to risk one of those backbacks in field and have Manly come through and get it. He realises he stops the tap by just touching this at the finish.
Enormous kick from Kieran Foran. The celebrations between the halves. Well, Cherry Evans ecstatic. He's normally the one that kicks the 40-20s, Cherry Evans, but Kieran Foran's weighed in. Darius Boyd's certainly got an issue with that nose, but could be a great way to finish the half for Manly. 14-0 up, scrum feed, full set on the 10-metre line.
Round 13 at Suncorp. When these sides last met, Manly trailed 20-0. Darius Boyd. They're going to have to get a whole box of Kleenex up his nose, I think, to stop that at the moment. Time is off. And they have a real chance here to set up something if they want.
Right, we're going now. New ball back on, Chris.
Brett Stewart's the man to look out for what role he plays here. Wouldn't surprise me if they dart over to the short side. The way Stewart is lurking.
Ball in. Out. Yours.
And to centre field with Cherry Evans, and then on for Horrow, taken by Glenn. Tackle one, 9 metres away from the Brisbane line. All Manly here, 14-0. Trbojevic was away, but Hunt was around the legs and he wasn't about to let go. Stewart, Mateo, this time passing, Ballon, and centre field, Horrow goes to ground again. Glenn makes his 18th tackle of the night. This is Ballon right in front of the post. Foran, Trbojevic rolls it up to within half a metre of the line. McCulloch made the tackle. Now Ballon, Foran, Mateo. Brisbane working overtime. Ball comes loose. Hiku scoops it up. Hiku confronted by plenty of Brisbane jumpers. Last tackle, 10 away. Just over 2 remain first half. Cherry Evans kick out towards Trbojevic. Back to Lyon. What a kick from Jamie Lyon for Jesse Senilafeo.
Spud, are you happy with the chase?
Checking, waiting, yes. Well, here at Central Coast Stadium, I look off to the south, about 200 metres from the ground. There's a circus set up tonight. You won't see any better than Jamie Lyon over under the big tent.
Well, it was a miracle pass that set up the Tom Trbojevic try to get there first, and this is just a magical piece of play from Jamie Lyon. Headed towards the sideline, somehow twisted, was able to get his foot to the ball, find some space back on the inside. And Jesse Senilafeo, after a great tap in there from Tom Trbojevic, keeps it alive. Lyon produced the miracle, and Jesse Senilafeo finishes things off. It's great to watch Jamie Lyon, slow motion there, where headed towards the sideline, had to get there quick enough to make sure he got his hands on the ball first, but also had to slow himself up enough so he just didn't go careering over the sideline, and then to have the balance to turn and kick it perfectly for Manly to finish off what has been a sensational half of footy for them.
Only the second try of his career. What about the service this man has given for Trebojevic's try tonight, and now for Senilafeo? That's just extraordinary stuff. He's only managed the 1 goal tonight. Now he's got 2, and the score is 20 points to 0. So 10-0 Warriors over Sharks, 18-0 Raiders over Cowboys. And now Manly 20-0 up over Brisbane, and that will be the halftime score. What a Super Saturday.
Extraordinary. We wondered what game we were going to get. We knew we were in for a good one. We just wondered how Manly and whether they were going to come to the party.
Well, there is the halftime siren. And what a first 40 minutes. The biggest scoreline Brisbane have conceded at halftime. It is Manly 20. Competition leaders Brisbane 0.
You know, when he's on, the Seagulls are going well, and this has been one of his best in recent time.
Stay on side.
Second half underway here in Gosford with young Trbojevic, and Brisbane staring down a 20-point deficit. What about Jake Trbojevic ripping into his work again tonight, as he did against the Warriors last week? So the Broncos with Dodds 25 away from their own line. I said at the start of the night, I thought the bench mightn't have a lot of minutes in it. I think Garry, Dodds, Oates and Nicarima. So if you're looking for some sort of X-factor contribution off the bench, I don't know whether it's there with Brisbane. And this is Hodges taking off. Oh, and Hodges lifted and driven there. Michael Cam will have to check. He's come on at half-time. We'll just check if that is an injury-forced change. Manly with a ball, but what about this tackle? No respect for one of the senior stars of our game.
Yeah, Cheek Cam, only his second NRL game, carting the ball forward for the first time.
So 5 inside the Brisbane half. As now Kieran Foran gets moving. Dynamic, really, the description for the first half of the 6 and 7 for Manly. Look at Cherry Evans again. Foran and Cherry Evans are running 10 metres up to the line before they are forced to do anything, as now Cherry Evans has got the kick, coming down close to the upright. Back was Hunt with a ball for Brisbane, trying to get something started.
He did well there, Ben Hunt. That kick again from Cherry Evans, just short of the try line, where you want it with the chase. Not able to make an impact, and Hunt got the Broncos out of trouble there with a good 20-metre dart.
There is a rat for the Manly defence. No offloads tonight from Corey Parker in 11 hit-ups. And that is top of the count for the Broncos. They're on the 40. The senior members of the side now digging in, and Gillett gets them inside the Manly half. Starling and Senalafeo, the tacklers there. Last it is with Hunt. Electing the kick of the low variety. Trbojevic with the ball. Crossfield he goes. He's got Dodds for pace. And now it's offloaded to Tafua. That was something special. Then back to Foran. Here goes a chase. McCulloch's not going to foot it. What a rugby league try. What a try from Manly. Give it more than 4 points. The kid at the back. He's not long out of high school who started it.
Well, he's gone right across the field and then flicked a one-handed pass to his winger on the other side, George Tafua. As he was making his way across field here, I just thought, well, I know how quick this kid is. He just might run around them all. Got in between the defenders. Justin Hodges there. Offloaded to George Tafua, who finds Kieran Foran. And Andrew McCulloch just couldn't go with him, and Kieran Foran gets the Eagles. Just look at Tom Trbojevic dance across the face of that Brisbane defence. Tafua did a good job to hang on to the ball because Ben Hunt almost reefed it out of his arms. And then he quickly offloaded to Kieran Foran, who had just enough to get into the in-goal area. Well, 20-0 at half-time. Very quickly goes to 24. 3 minutes into the second half. And you're right, again, through the sets that Manly have had. The opening couple of sets, Cherry Evans and Foran are at the Broncos, in their face. What a mover he is. Just glided across the face of that Brisbane defence.
Face of Tom Trbojevic, big hand on that try to work at the full was outstanding. Foran has a third career double. Now going for 1,400 points. Jamie Lyon through the middle of the big steps. Joel Kane sideline.
That was brilliant. Well, he's playing on the right wing, Tom Trbojevic. He splits him on the left-hand side of the field. But as far as the half-time report goes for Brisbane, it was all about asking a big question of their forwards. They must win that up-front battle. For Manly, it was a passionate plea, they tell me. Very, very fired up was Toovey at half-time. He wants more of the same. Now, just on Brett Stewart, he's okay, Manly fans. Stress not. It's just a cork 5, but with the lead, they thought, we'll give him a rest. He's not required at this stage. But rest assured, if things get a little bit pear-shaped, he will be coming back. Hiku to fullback, Cheekham into the forwards.
Okay, so Manly with the ball. Brett Stewart, the player, replaced. And the Seagulls with the ball. Maybe a little early to be talking about these ones, but Manly's biggest ever win over Brisbane, 1991, 26-0. 1991.
Yeah, Michael Cheekham's out in the centre. So did you see the speed of Cheekham, who just loomed up in support of Kieran Foran?
His second NRL game, Brandy. We saw him play final round last year against the Cowboys. Only got 11 minutes off the bench. This is Starling. Here goes the build-up again. Mateo. On it comes. Foran. Brisbane. The defence under pressure here. No sign of Manly taking a foot off the pedal. Now they've launched one into outer space. And charging through on Kahu, who's had a tough night for his Cheekham. That's all he needed was another collision.
They did well to take it, didn't he, Kahu? Going backwards, the ball over his shoulder. He had to spin around, and he did well to avoid that collision as well. Cheekham flying through.
Miranda with the ball. No evening up of the possession just yet. Another run for Parker. But again, they've locked up the ball as if that was one of their missions tonight. No chances for Corey. Boyd up in the line, on for Dodds. And Ballon, well, he's had a light defensive night. Matt Ballon tonight. Averages over 40 a game. He's had to make only 13 tackles this evening. Manly on the kick return with Hiku back at fullback. The exciting Trbojevic with another touch of the footy. In the 8th game of NRL tonight. This is Starling. Has worked hard since coming on. In fact, I'll go a little further than that. He's been close to outstanding. That's forward. That's forward there. And picked up.
Yep.
Not good there for Mateo.
Yeah, he jumped out and tried to get Mateo into some space by taking the markers, but just waited too long. Pushed by Offengower meant that he couldn't travel any further forward, and the ball's... Oh, the referee's pulling it up.
Well, here we go.
Brisbane's first chance, really, in the second half. Scrum inside Manly territory.
Go, okay. Head in, Matt. Ball.
All of the Broncos on the open side, Brandy here. And Milford. Milford just exploded onto that football there. And they get the penalty, Brisbane.
It was Jake Trbojevic out of the scrum, making the tackle from the inside. He was just concerned that they moved back on side. Good strong run there from Offengower.
Only their third tackle inside Manly's 20 tonight. Parker on to Milford. Milford! Oh, he tried. It wasn't for the lack of trying. If only his arm was a little longer. McCulloch is thrown back. Manly defend their goal line. Well, comeback has to start somewhere. It may as well start right now. Across for Boyd. Threatened to kick. Cheekham's there with Foran. And that is 10 away from the Manly line. Hodges dummy half. With it is Huck. Unloads there to Offengower with a ball. Good young front rower. I don't think in his dreams this week he saw himself playing at a Brisbane side down by 26-0. Hunt across to Boyd. Boyd has got it on to Hodges. Hodges, cut out ball. Yes! Miranda goes over in the corner. Beautiful pass. Justin Hodges Real class in the centres tonight.
Yeah, wasn't that a well-run set play? Manly defence looked like they had their man. Looked like they'd marked up. Jerry Evans, a couple of big defensive plays in that set. That one on Milford just stopping him short. But just watch the ball from Hunt. Very wide pass out to Boyd, and then Justin Hodges across the face of two players to Lachlan Maranta, who just held his width, stuck himself on that sideline. Got an easy run to the try line. Terrific ball from Justin Hodges.
Oh yeah,
that's a 20-metre pass.
Wally Lewis would have been happy with that one. Miranda gets his 14th try of the year. Got a hat-trick just a fortnight ago against the Tigers. So the comeback is underway. If it's going to eventuate into something serious, Parker will need to keep adding the extras. Tough one first up. And not good. Well to the left. Joel sideline.
You get the sense that Kevy Walters might have said something to Milford, because he's only taking the line on 2 runs there in that one set. Very determined runs. Now, the try for the Broncos came on the left-hand side. Now, that's the side that's been worrying them in defence tonight. So they do owe them a couple. They've scored 3 there on that side, Manly, so they've got to get a few more back. But that's been the problem area all year for the Broncos. If you score against them, it's never against their right. They are ironclad there. You score on their left-hand side.
And Brisbane finally into the 40% as far as attack is concerned and possession is concerned tonight. 41% of the ball. And they start this set from inside their 20, and another run for Dodds. Now McCulloch. Milford in at first receiver, and across it goes for Hunt. And there's a hit. Now Hodges, I thought, passed forward to Hunt. Tafua got him that time. Cheekham first occasion. Now Tafua puts one on Hodges.
Yeah, you can come up with a hit, George Tafua, but I thought Hodges, I don't think Hunt ever got back behind him, as we see there in the...
I'm happy with that.
With Hunt in front of him, the illusion that ball went forward. I think it did go back. I think he just got himself back behind as Manly get themselves the penalty. Well, his boys a couple of different things up his nose.
Yeah, I think they've gone to the local nursery to find something to stick up his nose there. I don't think there's anything pharmaceutical. They've had to go heavy duty.
Stay on, Jesse.
And Manly, another chance to weather a little bit of a Brisbane storm. Suddenly they've got the ball 30 metres out from the Broncos line. Salafeo with the ball, one of the try scorers from the first half. 22 from the Brisbane line. Prebojevic, look at the setup straight away. Foran on Mateo, back to Foran. Foran takes on Hunt. Foran is 5 from the line. Such a competitor. He's been hurt there, Kieran Foran. He was hurt last time they met too. He did his hamstring. This looks to be maybe just cramp here. I'm hoping that's the case.
Yeah, I think he's right. Yep, he's right. It's just cramp.
A little bit of respite there for Brisbane. Now Horro to Mateo. He's in his element here. Faletti Mateo. McCulloch has held him up with Gillett. He's thinking, you're checking this. Well, he may even think he's got there to score. It's a try. Well, there was just a pregnant pause. It's like, well, I might just check. No, I don't need to check it. That's a try. I'm sure of it. No video referee. The reaction was quite interesting. They all just looked up. Faletti, Mateo scores.
Well, he just runs straight at Andrew McCulloch, back on the inside, and Ben Hunt. Two of the smaller Broncos players. Hunt can't get there. Where's the ball on the line? Did he push it forward with his arm after he hit the ground?
That's right. There's a push, a second movement, I mean, the roll over, and then that. The ball adjustment.
Or was it Gillett coming over the top and trying to stop the try? Did he push everything forward a little bit? Anyway, the referees are standing there.
Well, I'm more than happy for Gavin Badger not to refer. If he thinks he scored,
yep,
I think it would make a joke of it if he then refers it, can you see if he's made a double movement when he has perfect sight of it in normal speed? So
Yeah.
I can live with a call. I'm sure there's Brisbane supporters watching right now saying, hang on a second.
Yeah, well, if it was a comeback with the Lachlan Miranda try, what it required was not letting Manly score again.
I didn't think I'd be looking at the points differential difference between Brisbane and Cowboys at any stage tonight when we came here, because there was a big gap, but suddenly I am, and Cowboys have come up with another win and minor premiership. If Brisbane lose tonight, they're level on competition points, but Brisbane with superior points differential by some margin. But they could cop a serious hit tonight. Joel sideline.
Yeah, you've got to feel for Anthony Milford. He is absolutely trying his guts out here tonight. Maybe he's over-trying because he started the first half with a precarious pass at the line there. It cost an error. They scored at the other end of the field. He's done a similar thing here where he coughed up the ball for Jamie Lyon. That led to a try as well. So he's trying, but it's just not going his way tonight.
Manly went into tonight having won 10 of the last 14 clashes with Brisbane. That goes all the way back to 2007. Shot of Kieran Foran, Brandy. I mean, you don't bandage cramp.
No, it's a bit worse than a cramp. He's down on the sideline just in front of their bench, and he's getting that ankle strapped up from the outside. So you'll see it clearly, the left ankle.
Right.
He's back in with Frey. Mateo stayed down here. I think he wants just a dentist to come out and check the teeth. Hodges doesn't want much of it.
We just got him with one. He connected.
But if it's not a reportable offence, we'll have no penalty and we'll get on with the game. And I think that has been a great redefining of the process this year. And now to centre field for Trbojevic. Love the difference in his game, Jake Trbojevic. He's not just straight up and down. He's doing a bit with the ball. There's a bit of James Graham about the way he plays it. He mixes it up. And Manly 41 metres away from the Brisbane line. Kick perfect. Perfect to the corner. Boyd is with it. There's not too many bright prospects there for Darius Boyd coming back.
No, great tackle too by Michael Cheekham, who's out there in the centres. Brett Stewart's still off the field for the Eagles. Joel said it was just a cork thigh, so
Give him space up now.
there's a chance he might be back on the field if needed, as Jared Wallace takes it forward. And ref cam gives us a good view of young Jake Trbojevic there making the tackle.
Brisbane almost away from Trbojevic. He's frustrated there. That was going to be a 40-metre canter to the line for the kid. He's putting the hand up like he's made an error.
Right, you can stand up and stay in your place.
Quick shuffled it out.
Stay in your place. Let's go, man.
Could have almost rolled forward pass there against Brisbane.
I thought it was flat.
Right, here we go.
Hodges just trying to get it out to Miranda as quickly as possible. The catch and pass from him.
Head in.
It was okay.
Bulge. Out.
He's bobbing up everywhere, Justin Hodges. This is Reid with the ball.
Out together. Jesse now. Hold. Well done, Jesse.
McCulloch on to Friday. Engages with the Manly defence. 32-4. 23.5 minutes to go. And now across to Milford, but held up by Horrow and Ballon. Top tackler for Manly tonight is Trbojevic with 20. This is Wallace on to Hunt. He's kicked. Plenty of chasers there. Here comes Kahu. It comes up for Hodges to score. Well, he was just putting himself in the vicinity. And it just found its way to him like a magnet.
Yeah, good bounce for him, and George Tafua was brought up, and Ben Hunt realised that. They were pretty condensed, and Tafua had a job to turn and chase, and the ball sort of snuck underneath him, and then it looked like Tafua got his hands to the ball, and then it just somehow just ended up in Justin Hodges' hands. how it exactly happened. There's Tafua grabbing it. Kahu gets a hand to it. It goes backwards to Hodges, and they get to 8 with a chance to reach double figures with this kick.
99 career tries now for Justin Hodges as well. Nice night to get you 100. There'll be Broncos fans out there. Nice night to get you 101 even. Kahu landed 6 goals last time these sides met. And he takes over the kicking here with Parker off the field. Kahu's first one of the night has hit the upright just as lined in the first half. Joel sideline.
Yeah, obviously the Broncos very faint now in the rearview mirror, but I just want to talk about how tough is Kieran Foran. I mean, his mates say that he doesn't do push-ups. He actually pushes the earth down. They're leading 32 points to 4. He comes over to the sideline to get his ankle strapped. He could have easily come off at that scoreline, but you throw a superhero's jumper on, you've no chance of dragging him off.
Joel, that's Chuck Norris who does that with a push-up. Kieran Foran.
Well, they're plagiarising these Manly players, Bossy.
Sam Friday with the ball. And out they come with Wallace. Almost back to the 30. Brisbane Nicarima's now out there in the dummy half roll. Here they come. Hunter's got them going. Boyd does the same for Hodges. Sends Kahu away. Kahu, brilliant kick. Nicarima follows up. Manly back for it. Cheekham proves the saviour. Brisbane not about to lie down here, baby.
Yeah, I thought the Broncos might have earned themselves a penalty there. And Peter Hiku coming across. And the shot on Jordan Kahu well after he kicked the ball. And it took him out of play. Nicarima couldn't get there in time. The outstretched Kieran Foran not there. And, well, that was a good couple of steps after he kicked the ball.
Cheekham playing a big role there. Injured his elbow at the Auckland Nines last year. May have played more first grade last season. Cherry Evans takes it. You have to take it right in the centre of the. Took it well off to the right-hand side there, Cherry Evans. Didn't notice that before. It's Friday. Ripping and tearing back into the Manly defence. Nicarima on to Wallace. Get me. If you take it off the centre for the line drop back, could have been a penalty in front of the post. Brisbane with the ball, and there is Gillett. Taken down there by Leary and Mason. Manly's defence under pressure for one of the first times tonight. Friday decided to turn battering round there. Nicarima for Hunt, out for Boyd. Look out, there he is, Boyd. Wrapped up. Cheekham there again with Foran. Last tackle, Brisbane. 32 to 8. Hunt's got the kick through. There's his mate Milford as he scored. Milford gets up.
Tackle 6. We have a try.
Whoa.
Check round him.
There you go. Milford got up a little matter of fact.
No, he doesn't look too happy, Anthony Milford. They're quite confident, the Manly players, that he's lost this ball. Not that that means much. Ben Hunt. He's good. Anthony Milford timed it to perfection, gets in behind Daly Cherry Evans, and it's the front on view that will tell us whether he scored or not. Gets there first. No, that's no try. His hands go over the top of the football, and there's his arm out. That's it. We don't have to have another look at it.
Well, there's the video referees beside us as we watch it. You watch it at home. We're watching the video referees in the box next to us. You cannot be serious if you're going to say that elbow's forced the ball, Mr. Clyde and Mr. Folks. Here's the call coming through. No try. No try. I think those are the last replays just for a little bit of theatre there.
0.
But it'd be nice when it's
I got a bit nervous.
It'd be nice when that time frame's reduced to just one look.
Sitting back in the bunker on a Saturday night, smoking a pipe.
Well, they needed that to go their way, the Broncos. They're chasing plenty of points. It's been the Sam Friday's come to life in the last 5 minutes. Really has got the Broncos going forward.
Mason with it. Big, oh, he's had a crack from the ground there. He's had a crack at Friday.
No, unnecessary contact.
Now Friday's the one who's penalised.
Unnecessary. Unnecessary.
There you go. Unnecessary contact. But did he tread on his hand? No, he's just a prowler.
Yeah. He's gone in low. Third man in low.
Alrighty. Manly. Brisbane get their second try. Manly, they replied after the first one. Will they do it after the second? They are 15 from the line. Their 24th tackle for the night inside the Brisbane 20. Possession rate is now 56, 44%. 25 from it. Big Willie's become young Willie again tonight. Now Cherry Evans switching the point of attack. Trebojevic takes the save option there. Wallace came up with Boyd. Still 5 away. Ballon on. Leary is chopped down there in the tackle that came up from Oates. That was good. This is Foran. And a wrestle there with Gillett. Searching for a hat-trick. Last tackle Manly at 32 to 8. Only 7.5 to go. And why not do the old Chinese water torture and make them have a line drop out?
Yeah, Matt Ballon had a dummy half. I thought the kick was going a bit long, but Darius Boyd had to make a play at it. It was coming towards him.
Stay on.
Had some pressure coming through. Matt Ballon. Signed for 2 years, but will he be there next year? Drop kick finding Trebojevic.
Tackle one. 21 away from the line. 17 to go. Mason with a little bit of a step in his work there. Taken down by Oates, who's playing centre field here. This is Foran. This is where they look dangerous. Hiku into the line. Been a little quiet second half. Even though he's had the positional change to fullback. Hodges made the tackle. Back centre field for Mateo. On for Foran. Quickly for Leary. Good tackle from Oates again. Saved a try there. Cherry Evans has got the kick through. Here's another one. Justin Hoorah is given a little present there by the Manly halfback. What a night for Maroon and White. Soaring here at Gosford.
That's exactly how you sell a short kick. You look wide, you throw a dummy, you bring the defence up, you find the space, and you get the weight of the kick right. It's almost impossible not to come up with a try. And Justin Hoorah had all the time in the world to make sure he got the put down right. Just Cherry Evans' experience and knowing that wasn't the best of put downs.
No. His lone try this year before the night was round 6 against the Panthers for Justin Hoorah.
Well, found it hard at the start of the year to get in the side. Was playing a bit of New South Wales Cup. It's been very good for them over the last few seasons, but has been a regular for the second half of the year, certainly from the middle part of the season. And he's always had a good combination with either one of his halves.
His dad, Mark's a terrific fella, and he's coaching out in Penrith A grade with the Glenmore Park Brumbies, terrific junior club. And Mark putting in there. Pretty handy player, doing his day, New Zealand International. Justin, I think at the time, he says he was a reluctant ball boy. He was forced to be a ball boy with the Warriors back in the day. Now he's a first grader in his own right. We'll show you the ladder in just a moment, a live ladder here on Super Saturday on Fox Sports, where we are if Manly go on to win, and where we're at with Brisbane and defeat. Lyon has another 2. It's a big score here.
It's a massive score.
That's a nice sign too. Superhero Toovey. Not too many superheroes with cauliflower ears, but here's the table. Brandy?
Yeah, there it is. The Broncos still on top, and there's the differential. It's 40. Well, it's 43 points. So the Cowboys still sitting second. And Manly, well, they'll go to 20 points. And all those teams with the Dogs losing, the Warriors losing. They're only a bit ahead of them.
And Cheekham with a run back. But on that points differential in the race for the minor premiership, been a 38-point swing so far tonight with the Cowboys, that 8-point win over Canberra. And now Brisbane finding themselves 30 points down against Manly. And I don't think the Seagulls are finished for the night here. There's Leary, 28 from the line. If it gets to 50, what will that say? Here's Mason, offloading, Ballon, Cherry Evans, Leary. 8 metres away, Wallace made the tackle. There's some big counts here for Brisbane. Front rowers grubbering, Langer style. Trebojevic puts it in. Another line dropout. I told you he's got more than just straight up.
How many sets have we seen like this from Manly? Certainly not with Trebojevic finishing off with a kick, but they have just ploughed through this Broncos defence right from the opening whistle, get themselves back on the attack again. I guess a win like this does say that, well, just how good a team Manly can be, Bossy. It's a shock. The Broncos, you wouldn't have thought that they had this in them, but if any side out of the 8 can do this to any of the top sides, it's the Seagulls.
Third line drop out of the night for Brisbane. Allen on to Mateo. He's just toying with the defence, Folletti, with his try in the second half. 21 metres away from the Brisbane line. 7 tries, is it? 7 tries to 2 as now Cherry Evans tipped on and kicked off the deck by line. Brisbane's away. It's going to be hard to catch. Milford stretching it on Trebojevic, who's reeling him in. Pass away to Jack Reed, though. Reed will get there for Brisbane. That was an exciting chase. Milford and Trebojevic. A runaway there for the Broncos as we crack 50 points for the night.
Yeah, Pretty Hickey just trying to shovel it out. Good pressure there from Jack Reed. Up in his face, Milford scoops it up. Just look at Tom Trebojevic. A long stride. Milford did well to get the ball away to Jack Reed, who just showed the ball to Lachlan Miranda. That gave him the breathing space to get across.
10 points differential so important, and Brisbane just rushed back having scored the try. Reed gets it over to Kahu. All the conversion attempts have been from the sideline tonight, and this one is in from Kahu. Joel, sideline.
Bossy, that is so skillful from Anthony Milford to be sprinting at that pace and to throw such a soft, delicate pass perfectly. It was brilliant for Milford, but the crowd has just turned out in droves here tonight. I don't know if it was to support Geoff Toovey, or they knew the performance was coming, or it was superhero weekend, or it's the old Northern Eagles fans. But there's been 16,280 people come here tonight. That is the biggest home crowd for Manly this season.
Well, I made a statement earlier this week on Radio 2E in Sydney that fans would find themselves in the foreign position, Brandy, you tell me if I'm wrong, that don't follow Manly, find themselves cheering for Manly tonight because of how Geoff Toovey was treated. Have you found that, Greg, and you're mixing with league folk this week, that they...
Everyone had the soft spot for Toovs came out,
yes,
with the support of his team, Manly.
No. So still, your second favourite team is whoever's playing Manly. Fair enough. There he is, Geoff Toovey. So Broncos have the ball 30 away from their own line. 38-14. With just over 10 to go. Here's Thailand sprinting at the Manly defence. Mason and Leary were able to hang on. And now really getting it going. Milford inside for Boyd. Looking at Blake Leary. There's an unsung hero for Manly tonight. 20 tackles, 11 hit-ups. There he is again with another tackle with Ballon. Last it is for Brisbane. And a Hunt. Such is the modern game. If they get another one, they may just fancy themselves for a miracle. Back to Hunt on the last. Kicking. Here comes Miranda. The ball is there right on the line. But it's in the grasp of Trebojevic.
And how well did he do? He dropped like a stone there in the field of play to deny the Broncos another set. And you're right, with 10 minutes left, they scored there. It's gettable.
Tafua. And a spirited run back there. They take 2 or 3 bites at him, figuratively speaking. Now on to Hassan. Robust there. Back to the 30 for Manly. Cherry Evans is going to kick long. He turns Boyd around. They have to go back almost to their own goal line. Darius Boyd gets outside the 10. Away from Cherry Evans, Mateo and G-Cam are there.
Hold, Jamie!
8.5 to go. Super Saturday here at Fox Sports. Super Saturday full time coming up with Shervo, Lara, Gaz and Braith back in the studio. Looking at those earlier wins by the Sharks over the Warriors, the Cowboys over Canberra. Milford's ball on the ground. They're going to call knock on.
Knock on Brisbane. They're asking how.
Knock on Brisbane.
They're asking exactly how it was a knock on. Milford's pass back on the inside to Darius Boyd. Broncos claiming it was touched by a Manly player. Here's the no-looker from Milford. Off Justin Hurrow's hand.
Brisbane know what they're doing here. They are delaying the pack of this scrum, but there you go.
Yep. They knew exactly what had happened to the Broncos. And after that Cherry Evans kick, they were looking awfully tired, the Bronx, so struggling to get back behind the football.
Now, can I just say for Bulldogs fans upset who were watching last night, see, they are allowed to overturn, by their own definition, they can overturn a scrum feed decision. But they couldn't overturn with a foot over the sideline and all of the rest last night. It would be frustrating for Doggies fans watching.
A little bit, Chris. Here.
Now Parker with the ball, 5 short of halfway. Karima on to Hunt, goes very flat there to Oates. Well tackled by Mason. Brisbane 40 metres away from the line, but now we're into the final 7. Yes, it would be a miracle. Here is Parker, but they look like they've got some serious intent, Brisbane. They're certainly not going through the motions here. They are having a dig at it. Now Parker, Milford, oh, it's been lost by Hodgson. What a scope! Here he goes! From Bojovic! I can't spell it, but I love shouting his name out as he sprints away to score! Scooped it up. Then put down the foot.
Well, he's threatened to do it a couple of times tonight. What a great mover he is. He just ran down Anthony Milford in defence. Couldn't stop the try. Broncos deep. Second man play. He's out the back. Hodges and just looked so elegant. Now he just dragged that in with one hand. Travojevic. We know how quick he is. Good defence from Manly. They have been good on this side of the field. Cut down the thinking time for the Bronx for the most of it. And then Tom Travojevic, those injured Manly players, Brenton Lawrence, Jamie Buhrer.
Have a look at Manly's run home in just a moment here. Trebojevic now has 7 tries this year in his rookie year in the top grade, but it all starts back at Brookvale next weekend in round 22, taking on the Rabbits.
Yeah, they've got some big games still coming, Manly. It's not an easy run, but the run that started last week against the Warriors, big win over there.
Well, I think the results from this weekend so far, what we thought they'd have to win 6 from 6, I think they can win 5 from 6 with a good for and against and make the finals. As Lyon converts, top of the last 5, he's brought the lot out. He's brought the teddy bear and the mask and the flag. But Manly, yes, next Friday night against the Rabbitohs at Brookvale.
It might be 28 points with the best for and against, and there's the other of their matches remaining. A big one against the Roosters in 25. We might know exactly where they're sitting by that time, but the Raiders and the Eels.
Oh, and they attack out there with Tofua. He's away from Hunt. The Seagulls are soaring again. And that was fine. They say forward back to Cherry Evans. I thought from the hand it was fine.
Full pass. Right in line with it.
Well, that's good. That's fine. That is fine. That's fine. It wasn't forward out of his hands. Look, Tafua. The power down that left sideline. Cheek Cam looming up again. I've been impressed with Cheek Cam. Hasn't got the ball that often, but support play, he's there. He's been there. And Cherry Evans denied.
Brisbane, they're still firing shots. Boyd off a little kick from the scrum. Trbojevic all over him. 40 away from the line as we go into the final 4 minutes just about here at Gosford. On what has been a stellar night for Manly, turning around a result from earlier this year, round 13 at Suncorp. 44-10 they lost to Brisbane, and here they lead 44-14. Remembering when they first clashed way back in 1988, it was 44-10 to the Broncos. Hodges offloading the Milford. From the line, Manly have to think about their for and against well. They don't want to leak points late in what has been a big night for them. As Gillett out in front of Hunt comes to a halt, then Oates has put it down. Manly has scooped it up again. Oh, then Mateos has lost his lunch, lost everything there, hasn't he? I don't think he's going to sprint away like Trbojevic. Mateo.
Yeah, I don't think he was going too far, but he had George Tafua coming up. Ben Hunt almost getting himself in trouble again. And then Folletti just trying to get the ball into his hands, ready for something special.
Let's go to Joel on the sideline.
Yeah, Vossi, look, Geoff Toovey, he'll make his way down shortly from the coach's box. He'll be very pleased, very proud of what the players have done, how they've performed from tonight. They've certainly aimed up. There is no question about that. But I'm sure there'll be a part of him just thinking, boys, where was this a month ago? I needed it then. Where was it? But still, the dream lives on. And don't forget, a few years ago, Neil Henry was given his marching orders and he marched towards the finals in a hurry.
With the ball almost lost there by Hassan. 2.5 minutes. Wouldn't a converted try put an exclamation mark, put candles on the cake, the whole bit, if they rounded it out at 50? Manly against the competition leaders. Out it comes for Lyon. Takes on Reed. Lion's share of work was done in the first half. Some of that was extraordinary.
It was, Vossi. It was magic. Magic Jamie Lyon with his kicking, his passing, his running.
Field for Semifea. See, I could almost give him man of the match just based on how he set up the lead for Manly in the first half. The brilliance of his work, and now a kick over the sideline. And we get down into the final two.
It's been good, that part of his game tonight. Cherry Evans has come up with you. Just cast your mind back of some of the kicks he put in that first half. And the results he was able to get, the line dropouts he was able to force. The 3 dropouts through the almost 80 minutes now. He's been outstanding, Cherry Evans.
I'll give you some other contributors, Brandy. And I said unsung. Leary, Horrow in the back row. Mateo's been very disciplined. Just a couple of offloads tonight in 13 carries of the ball. And I'm just so impressed by Jake Trbojevic up in the front row. 24 tackles, 13 hit-ups. A real quality about his work, not just numbers. Brisbane now with Hunt. And offloads to off him Gowie. Well, we've got a chance. Super Saturday full-time coming up. And Brandy, your quick assessment. Does it put a serious question on Brisbane, just the one performance tonight? Has it left a few gaps for you?
No, I don't think so, Vossi. It doesn't change my mind about what they've been able to do all season. We'll see how it plays out and what effect this result has on the Broncos as we go through the last 5 rounds. Jack Reed trying to get on the outside of Jamie Lyon, who comes again and again.
Hodges with the ball, getting down to the final 30 seconds. Milford, nice dance moves there. Not so good. Reed's attempted catch, and I don't know whether Manly are going to rush to pack the scrum here. I think cue the party music and those little poppers with the screamers, because The cue is being put in the rack. The hugs are out. And she'll be all over it, 44-14. 8 tries to 3. What a night for Manly in round 21 of the Telstra Premiership. The competition leaders have been knocked over in quite emphatic fashion at times by Manly. Full time here at Central Coast Stadium. Manly 44, Brisbane 14.